YouTube, Brad Phillips. We're gonna open this box. Full disclosure, this is the same box we opened another one from. we had 2 products from the same company and they shipped in the same box, so we just taped the back shut.
Yep.
So there was a little bit more packing in here, but this is the stuff that came in it. All right, so what do we have? We have a transmitter, it looks like. And then we have what appears to be a drone. Learn to fly in minutes. It's got a cat on the side with some sort of jewel on its head. And then this has an FPV goggle set, the ARX 300. FPV made easy is what they say. So we'll see if that's true. We've never found FPV to be especially easy. And yes, full disclosure, if you're new to Brian Phillips RC, you probably don't know this. I don't do a ton of FPV. Doesn't mean it's not cool and it's not something that's interesting. It's just not big time on my thing because I love the third person view of flying RC. Okay, so but if you're not like that, let's go ahead and unbox these 3 right now. Okay, so this brand, Hisingy.
That's what we're going with. Yep.
Hisingy makes a bunch of stuff like this. We'll have links to their stuff. If you want to help support us, buy from the links. Okay, so let's open this up. Oh, don't eat this, camera crew. I know you're excited.
I was hungry.
Okay, so this headset feels like it's very well built. It's a smaller screen than we've seen in certain cases. It's got an antenna here, a little jam nut adjustment. There's something sort of a power channel and then record setting. It says DVR video file converter download link, okay? And then this has an 1865 lithium ion. So my guess is that's a single cell lithium ion. Yep, there it is. Oh, so these things are nice because you can actually use them and then they're rechargeable, but they make it easy. So you can pull that out and it's literally ready to go, short of being charged. So I am gonna hook this up and just get it charging. I assume we can charge right here. This is the download link and that's the charge link, I assume. And I'm not even gonna read the instructions. They said it was easy, so it better be easy. Okay, USB-A to USB-C. This came out of a different device. It came out of a helicopter from one of the Flywing helicopters. So we're gonna see if this USB-A to USB-C flat style cable, in this case, sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do. We're gonna find out on camera right here, live and in person at Brian Phillips RC. Okay, so USB-C is ambidextrous, so you can go up or down. And there is a red light that turned on when I did that. I'm gonna disconnect so you can see. Yep, so that means it's charging. Now that probably looks like a front foldable screen. I'm not sure.
I know, looks like it should come up, but
let's see if I can fit it to my face because this is designed for children, but children's heads are smaller than mine. So let's see if I can, oh yeah, that goes on my face. Here, camera crew.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
Trying to make it. She's trying to make it so that she can't be on camera. And I was turning it just a little bit. Yeah, so it fits. I like this actually. This is comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's Velcro. So I don't know if you could take it off and wash it, but I do like that comes off. I just noticed that. And this nose guard is hard, but the ventilation, is there ventilation? A lot of times these things like to steam up. Let's see if I can even fit it real quick. It's not even on, so I'll just see if it goes. Well, first of all, it holds on my forehead nice.
And it's got quite a bit of adjustability.
Well, it blocks out the light. There's just a tiny little bit that goes around my nose here, and that is barely distinguishable. Okay. And it's very dark, which is good. It's bright in this room. Obviously, the screen is going to be easy to read, and that's important. If you can't block the light out, they get washed out in the sun really bad. So, of course, you don't need a perfect seal, but the better the seal is, the better it's going to work.
Right.
In my experience. Like I said, it's limited. And admittedly, in full disclosure, we're just gonna say this, where I was truthful on Brian Phillips RC about our experience and how it pertains to our biases on particular items. We don't do a ton of FPV stuff. Okay, so let's open this. It's got these matte bags. I don't know why the Chinese always use those nice matte bags. It's because they know otherwise I'll keep it forever. Okay, so here is the book that comes with it, and it comes with this little card thingy. It's for the Easy Copter, I guess. Okay. And I'm just gonna stuff this stuff back in the box. I don't even know if we're gonna have to look at that manual. Frankly, it's supposed to be easy, and easy means no manual to me.
Okay.
This is ages 8+. You sure I'm okay?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna cut this open. This is a drone. We'll do the controller last. Usually we kind of do the money shot last, but here we go. All right, so easy packing. Lots of stuff in this one. They do come with some spare props. I'm surprised it only comes with 2. That seems a little cheapy. But these are cheap after all. For what they are, they don't charge much for this product, okay?
And you can get this whole set, comes as a kit. You order one thing and it'll come with
it
all
comes
three
in the box with the
boxes.
three things. But you know what's nice about that, camera crew?
What?
You're probably already thinking it. If you break something, you can buy the
can buy
whole
one
replacement thing,
set, yeah.
okay? Now, undoing the twisty ties, pull it out. You could use this as a helipad if you want, or you could keep it for the box. Now, this one, I'm probably gonna go ahead and hang on to the box. This does come with what appears to be somewhat of a battery holster. Ah, look at this, battery charger. Very nice. Okay, so we just recently did another one of these little quads, and one of my complaints was that, oh, I don't want to have to use a special charger. So this charger comes in it. It was on this little side package, okay? So I'm gonna slide this back in here, which is very nice, okay? Now that that's in there, I can stuff these bags in, and we'll put this behind us on the shelf. That's what we like to do when we unbox, build radio setup on Brian Phillips RC. You guys will be noticing that this video falls at the end of the flight in most cases, because what we like to do is show the flight. You can make a decision if it's even worth investigating further, and then we show our unbox, build radio setup. Okay, now that I've plugged that in, let's see if it charges. Again, this one appears to be charging. I don't even know if it needs charge, but we'll find out. I'm sure that condition will change at some point. So I'm just gonna grab another charger, and we're gonna find a singular USB-A to USB-C cable. I don't even know which one I'm gonna grab, but it's one of these. Good Lord, it's like the longest one in the history of time.
It is.
Oh, that's USB mini, or
Micro,
whatever. Micro,
that
okay, so we'll find one, come right back. This is what I thought I was grabbing, USB-A to USB-C. This comes off of an S120 charger from Horizon. So, in case you're wondering, because we have a million of them, they come in these smart packs, kits, and so since we do a lot of reviews, we end up with a lot of those cables. So let's see if it works. USB-C, and there is a red light. Okay, so the red light disappears, the red light goes on, and that's gonna be charging this. Now, full disclosure, there's also another style of charger that goes straight into this, and we got that with our other drone, okay? 950 milliamp hour, 3.7 volts, so it's a 1S pack, and you can see that while it's charging. Very nice. So we'll let that charge, and then they have these little rubber bands, so I keep these things.
Because someday we are going to build a house out of screws and rubber bands and plastic bags.
I'm glad you finally picked up on that, camera crew. Okay, so if you're brand new to Brian Phillips RC, we do this for all sorts of aircraft. Comes with what looks like a registration card, and of course some do not eats, so we don't want to eat those. And then this one also has a manual set. We do like to show what comes with a product. The other day we got something and it didn't come with a manual, and I was like, of all the times I wanted a manual, it didn't have a manual. Throw it this way, it's just an empty bag. Comes with a playing card for the kids. Quick guide kind of shows you how to set it up. These should be quite simple, but they do have step-by-step guides that you can open if you want to. Looks like this. They have like a prop tool, it looks like, some different stuff. Ooh, this one does also have decals. Now, I'm gonna warn you, the decals take a little bit of effort, but they are more or less laid out. Once you figure out the orientation of the aircraft, they're pretty easy to pull off. I'm probably gonna put one of them on camera for this video because I only did none of them on the last one, and I felt kind of bad about it. I did it with my son and it was fun, but I am gonna warn you, it is not without a little bit of effort. So why don't we do that real quick before we continue. Show them the rest of the stuff in the package while I grab this knife.
So we've got a quick start, there's like a little story that goes along with this. So obviously kind of geared towards a kid gift idea. And then here's your actual full instruction manual if you need more details than not reading the instructions like most men.
So the headset, okay, so guys, this is what I was gonna show you. I have an X-Acto knife. This X-Acto knife has a bent tip. Only because I've done that on accident. This works flawlessly for pulling decals off, okay? So real quick also, before we get too deep into this, let's look. There is a camera and there's a dust guard, but also you're probably gonna take that off when you're not just flying around for fun so that your little FPV camera can see the best possible. But just real quick, full disclosure, that slides on and then this gets lifted and snaps in, okay?
Oh, okay.
So it's not the most obvious thing ever. And then there's an antenna. This is going to be the antenna for the FPV gear. There's a singular screw that holds that lid on. You can take the lid off and then take out the FPV camera. Now back here is obviously room for all of the batteries to slide in. And then there is a plug that receives the 1S connection. And then of course this little drone is here. Now this is going to be sub 250, I believe, but we'll verify that here in uno momento. Which direction does this go? Let's see if this is clear. Now I know for a fact that if you can grab me that, this manual will show you, it's toward the end, if it's like any other manual, it will show you where to stick all the decals. So if you look right here, it does show it, and I'm just gonna show you because I want you guys to be able to figure this out pretty easy. This looks like decal 1 goes here. So this is decal 1 right here. So if you find decal 1, it's right there. So decal 1 is right here. And these things are like a matte finish. They work really nice. They're actually quite strong, but they do take a little bit of effort to install. So I'm gonna show that now on just number 1. Now, why am I putting a decal on? Well, we've done full decal liveries for other aircraft, but these ones take a little bit of effort. And you can see what I like to do is I hold the tip like that, and then these things just go right on there. And it works really sharp, pun intended, okay? So then press that down and you're ready to rock and roll. And then of course the rest of them get stuck onto like these A-frames. And you'll notice right away that this is actually a little bit less robust than the other drone that we just had for our son. And I don't see a downward facing button, but I do see a downward facing sensor.
Like an optical flow sensor.
Optical flow sensor. So this one has a little bit more sophisticated system on it, but it's not gonna have the optical flow. Now also, if you need to get these out, they should just pull out. And if you can't pull them out, you can press on that little button right there and it will help push down and out. Now, I don't want to rip it out just for the sake of showing that it comes out that way. It appears to be a pressure fit like before. And then if you look up in there, you can see there is a screw. And there's a screw. That's a nut zert. So you actually undo the screws from the top and this comes off. Same thing here, a couple of screws. So it looks like this is serviceable to a certain extent. You can take the guards off. You can't take the guards off though, looks like. Okay, so with respect to the decals, we're gonna come back to the decals. Well, you know what? I might pause and just do the decals and we'll come right back. All right, so we put those decals on. It took us probably like 10 minutes or 8 minutes or something like that. It wasn't too bad. Quite a bit less than the last one. And as you can see, just you get in these tight spots and it's awkward to lay them in. You will need something to hold, okay? Unless you're like superhuman. Also, we got a paper clip so we can press this bind button when we're ready, okay? They didn't have a tool in here to do that.
No, because all that's in here is props. There's no like extra tool or anything in there.
And I am disappointed that it only comes with 2 props, but I don't really understand what's wrong with providing 4 props. Seems like kind of a ridiculous thing to me. But the good news is, if it's ridiculous to me, we're gonna tell you about it on Brian Phillips RC. Now, the other thing too is keep in mind, decals are obviously optional. You don't have to put them on, and they do add weight, but it's so minuscule.
Yeah.
And so speaking of weight, we grabbed the kitchen scale. The kitchen scale is currently on, and we're gonna see if this is sub 250, but this is classified as an indoor flying drone, and you can see it's quite light. 60 without the battery, you're gonna be well under your normal standard 250 gram weight limit. So if you're sub 250, you pretty much fly outside of the normal drone registry rules for most people, okay? If you're worried about it, first of all, don't. Second of all, if you're flying inside, you can fly a 100-pound drone, it doesn't matter. If it's inside, it's legal, okay? Inside of a substantial structure, I believe is the way they say it on the legalities. Okay, so that page shows you how to put them on, very easy. And with respect to the next step, we're gonna go ahead and get the controller out. Okay, so the controller is right here. We'll cut this open. This is the last of 3 packages, 3 boxes that came in the package from the manufacturer. Like I said, we had a 4th that was just a drone that the kids can play with.
Yeah, ready to fly one kit
You
kind
guys
of
have
thing.
already seen it. Okay, or maybe you don't, I don't know. I'm not sure how these are gonna release. Okay, so we have another manual box. Another manual in this box.
So far, their manuals seem to be pretty good.
They're very consistent. They're to the point. They have good English. I haven't noticed anything that's got Chinese.
I haven't read them
mess.
significantly, but they've been
They've been pretty good.
Pretty good.
We haven't seen anything like asking about boskage
They didn't tell us to pack a lunch
Packing
though, so
lunches.
I don't know if we're supposed to do that.
Un-Chinesely, customarily, they have put protections on the plastic, which is kind of cool. Get off of my hand. Okay, so there's a power button, left, right. Okay, these are spring loaded, M1, M2, M3, and that's it. But we do have to install, our screw is loose. Okay, so we have a singular screw here. So we're gonna have to get a Phillips screwdriver to get that. We're gonna take a moment, do that, and come right back. All right, so we got a Phillips screwdriver, and we're gonna open this. Now, if you have small children, first of all, this probably not be the drone for them. They have drones that are more designed for small children. If you want, and they're saying 8+, but with supervision, you know, it's probably not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that the screw's undone, this pops down. It does have a retainer on it. That's why it wasn't coming out, okay? So we'll just lay that down, and it does look like we need 4 AAAs on this. There is a small programming port on there. That programming port has a really dinky cable. Okay, so the camera crew is gonna make me reach for it today. We've got flat, goes to the spring side. These are just run-of-the-mill AAAs, nothing special about them. You could use a rechargeable if you wanted. We're just gonna use the ones that we got from Harbor Freight. They actually paid us to take them. I'm kidding, we didn't.
Unfortunately.
They are really cheap, and we go through a crap load of them. But we have found when batteries leak, we have found that the nicer the battery, the more they leak.
Yeah.
Because there's like more chemistry
More stuff in them.
These are very light and very
They're gonna
crappy.
leak.
So a lot of times we turn stuff on and it's already low. All right, so turning on the power. Turn on the power. There. Oh, there's just a very, very light. Did you see the blue light? There's the blue light.
Oh.
Do you have to like hold it for a minute? Oh, it sings a song. Okay. So now we know how to turn that on. That's always good. And you'll notice that you get these little playing cards that come with your devices, okay? So this has to do with the drone, and then there's this. So it's gonna help you with the items, okay? And then of course this came with the drone, and it looks like this is the storybook, and then the quick start guide for the drone, and then of course the 3 different devices. Now, if this is easy to use, that means I don't have to read any of that crap. So we're gonna see if I can do it without reading any of that crap. And I'm gonna put the props next to the box, because the boxes will probably not be kept, but we'll keep at least the one with the drone. So far charging, and I guess I don't want to discount the fact that you can charge these things as easy as we've set up. You don't have to be an expert, you don't have to set milliamps, you don't have to set current rates, none of that junk, which is not a big deal for people that are used to doing airplanes, quads, VTOLs, and helicopters, especially people following Brian Phillips RC, because we're gonna help you get from the chair to the air by telling the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And that's what we do on this channel, we always have, and we're gonna continue to do that in long format, which means we're gonna go through more details than some of the other guys. But just remember, at the end of the day, if you need help, you're in the right place. Brian Phillips RC won't leave you hanging, because we're gonna literally open the box and make it fly. And if we skip a step, it won't. That being said, if you like this plane or anything like it, we've done all of them. Thousands of videos on brianphillipsrc.com or bprc.me. You can check out right now without any fail. So if you're bored with this and you've seen it fly and you've already made the decision to buy, from the links in the video description below, go down there. You can help support Brian Phillips RC by buying a product while following the link. You get the same best price that everybody else is paying. You use RC Bucks, coupons, codes, whatever you've got. Doesn't really matter, but the idea is when you buy that there, they'll know that we sent you, and then we make small commissions on products that you buy that we've reviewed. Okay, so end of Brian Phillips RC commercial. All right, so this is on. This is not. Why? Because there's no battery in it. I have no idea how long it's gonna take to charge this battery, so my predisposition is to basically go ahead and pull the battery and see what we can get going right now, even though it's not gonna fly full length, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna pop that out. Or actually, you know what? I don't even need to pop that out. One thing we have noticed about this type of battery, because we now have 2 of them, which is kind of nice. This battery, if you have a small kid that's using this or they're not strong, that will take a little bit of wear and tear. Because like, you have to kind of press that down so that that tooth releases, okay? If your kids are not strong enough to do that, which is not uncommon with an 8-year-old, you might need to help them unplug it. But let's be honest, the only thing you got to watch out for on this plane or helicopter, quad, VTOL, is props. Make sure that they don't get hairs wrapped in there. by landing in the carpet where the girls play with giant hairs. Camera crew. We have 3 women and 3 men in this family, and the women have just put hair everywhere in this house. Every drain currently clogged. I'm just kidding. It's not quite that bad. Okay, so lights come on.
Okay.
But what I was getting at is the number one thing you want to watch for is charging batteries for safety. Okay, that's a very small battery. Even if it caught on fire and burned, it would be contained to a relatively small one. Not so much if you have that many batteries.
But
okay?
don't let your kids plug them in their bed, or, you know, like.
Don't give your kids this and have them charge it next to them in bed. That's not a good idea, because if this goes up in a puff of smoke, it will be intense, it will be hot, and it will be big. If this whole bucket goes up, it's gonna be a bad day for us, okay? That being said, mitigate risk, hard surface. If you don't have a hard surface like a granite countertop or quartz or something like that, maybe a cookie sheet or a stove top. So if you've got a gas stove, you should have good protections from heat. If you have an electric cooktop stove, just make sure it's off, make sure it's cool before you start. But we here on Brian Phillips RC want you guys to be safe, and it's not exactly rocket science, unless it's a rocket. Okay, come here. Let's bind this and see how hard it is to fly. Okay, so there's orb changing light colors. I have this on. I'm gonna flip this over, keep my fingers out, and press this button. Where is that button? Feels like I'm not hitting it. There it is. Hit the button. I do not know if I did it or not.
I think that timed out or turned off.
Oh, it did. Did it? No, it's on. See, it's on. Now it turned off, okay? So I guess I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna turn this into, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That's a screw hole.
That's the wrong hole.
I'm pressing and holding. Nothing. Oh, there it goes. Now it's flashing. So turning this on. So do I have to do anything funny?
I think up, down with your throttle.
You sure?
I don't know. We said we weren't going to read the directions.
Well, I didn't want to read the directions. That's no fun. So there is a way to force it to bind mode. Bind mode is where we teach this transmitter to talk to that thing. So I'm going to just go with the transmitter controller. Okay. Binding. These are all the, oh, ages 14 plus for the controller.
Oh.
So that kind of limits you a little bit. Power button. Okay, how do we bind? Power button, long press, function 1 to activate beacon mode. Looks like it came out of the bind mode, probably. Okay, so you want to show the people this page? Because it talks about what the buttons do.
Okay.
So long press the M3 to arm the motors, okay? So then what's that function key? M1 long press to activate the beacon mode, okay? Backup function mode, okay? That's the flip.
Oh, here, binding.
There we go. There. Hold down the left one.
Must be in the off state. Hold down and press the key L1 and long press the power button to activate binding.
This is off now. So we'll do this correctly this time. Sorry, folks. Brian Phillips RC, always try the easy way, then we read the manual. Pressing and holding. See the difference in state? Very obvious. Pressing and holding, power.
Oh, there we go.
It's clearly bound.
Okay.
Now, because I don't want to waste any more time reading instructions that would make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, and then I'm going to fly this thing. Camera crew, put this in your pocket for me. Okay, M3, armed. Now up. Okay, up a little bit more. Very easy to fly, as you can see. Okay, now there's a left one and left two. I'm gonna press left one. Don't know what they do, don't care, just gonna see if it flies. Pretty easy to control, obviously no movement there because there's no optical flow sensor, but as you can see, it's quite easy to fly. I have no qualms with safety or concern for props getting stuck in my wife's hair. That's why I keep trying to chase her hair.
It looks pretty stable.
It's very stable. Now, guys, just so you can see how much wind it's moving, I'll go over the top of this plant. It's a very unusual plant. It's cattails. Oh no, I crashed. Did you see how fast it went out of power?
It turns off
That
really
was like
fast.
instant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is
okay,
nice.
so arm motor with M3. That is pretty impressive, guys. Now, I'll just go ahead and fly some more. We'll go over this little area here. We'll fly over and under. This is pretty precise controls, hon.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do
camera
that.
crew's doing it.
I just said I wouldn't do that.
She said she wouldn't do that? Okay, camera crew's gonna fly for a minute.
Oh, jeez.
There she goes. She'll love it when I do this.
My favorite.
So just remember, you're going backward right now, camera crew. Good job. See where the forward is the blue, and she's got the controller. Looks pretty good. Easy to control, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bring it to me. Okay. Why don't you do a landing on the countertop? See if you can, like where I took off from roughly. Yes, hit that. Press
Stuck.
down.
I am. Oh.
How did you bring
I was holding down like the whole
Goodness
time.
gracious. That's why we don't let the camera crew fly.
Exactly.
Okay,
See,
so
that's on you.
we're gonna put this on, except we're not. We're gonna leave that off.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna go into your pocket as well. Okay, so M3. Let's see if it takes off.
See if
Have
I
you
broke
broken our brand new toy yet? Okay, up. Oh my goodness. Now let's see if we can replicate. Oh. Okay, so here's what the camera crew was trying to do. She was trying to do
I was
this.
trying to land.
She was trying to do that and just go around and make it move. See how it's moving? That's pretty cool. Now let's go up by the fan. Okay, this is where you can really tell if a drone has enough holding authority. You put it above a fan that's blowing down, and then you fly out from under it. I've got it going pretty slow. I kind of want to go faster, so I can't remember which one it is, like M1 or M2.
Is there a speed mode?
Huh?
Is there a speed? Can you
Probably.
change the speed?
Here's M2. Yeah, I'm
don't
not
see a
seeing
difference.
a big difference in speed. Oh my goodness, that was a good flip. Okay, so
Oh.
it does backflips too. Oh.
See, it like suctions.
Yeah, honey, I know what happens. I know how to crash. I've crashed everything. Okay. All right. So we'll take off from an unlevel surface. Okay, so this is going to be M3 to arm. Remember, we haven't charged, so this is probably not going to fly much longer. Okay, so we're up in the air. So that was pressing this button. Oh, I used throttle. Whoops. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Okay. And yeah, so it does all the things that I was expecting. Okay, so now I got to figure out if there's a higher speed mode. So down. And it like literally shuts itself off. I'm going to tell you what, that's a game changer right there. We've had a lot of quads that claim to shut off like that.
And they don't for a long time.
Okay, so here's this one. How do we change the speed? There's the binding part.
Yep,
After
so we did
successful,
that.
we did all that crap.
Flight control.
We did all that crap. Oh wait, you know what it is back here? It was back here.
Oh, that showed the modes?
Mm-hmm. Start.
To switch flight mode?
modes.
But
Okay.
that might be like headless mode.
I don't care.
Find out.
All right, here we go. So M3, press and hold, take off. So we're taking off. Now, which one is that, right?
Yeah.
Long press?
Short press.
Oh,
Short press R1.
I did short press right one. That's short press. I don't really think it's changing too much.
I don't either.
It's just not changing. So maybe we have to like pre-designate some sort of a mode because it feels exactly the same.
Long press R2 to activate beacon mode, but I wonder if beacon mode is
R2.
like down at the bottom.
R2?
Where your right thumb
M2.
is.
What's R2? There is no R2.
Oh, M1.
Long
Long
press?
press to activate beacon mode.
I think that's when you land. Okay. Okay, that was kind of weird. M1.
I wonder if that's how you activate the FPV, beacon mode.
Oh.
And then if you do the M2 button, that says backup function mode.
Okay.
See, sometimes directions are helpful, but
Other
not
times
always.
they're not.
Sometimes they're still confusing.
So camera crew, I think it's time. It's time to see if the camera will turn on.
Okay.
Because it may not be on. Maybe that's the mode.
Maybe.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn this on by pressing whatever this is. Oh, it's already on.
It's already on. Okay.
Holy cow, look at that, guys. That's
Do you want me to
pretty sweet.
hold this while you're...
Kind of, I'm just gonna
Or are
try
you
it
gonna do it?
first.
Okay.
I wanna make sure I can tell what the heck is going on. Okay, so here we go. I have the controller. Oh, I can't see that. So M2, it's big. Engine start. Oh, that's so cool. Honey, I'm totally, oh, it shows the percentage.
Of your battery?
Yeah, well,
Nice.
no, it shows the feet per minute up, the feet per minute down.
Oh, cool.
Oh, this is really neat. Yep, I can see very good. And there's a head-up display. You can kind of tell what's going on with your sticks.
If I move, am I going to throw you off?
No, you're
Okay.
fine. I'm not looking at what you're looking at. So I'm just gonna do this for a second. I'm gonna hit mode again now. That didn't change anything that I could tell. R2 was the one, right? Or
Yeah.
M2?
No, the other one.
Beacon M1?
M1.
Nope, can't tell.
Okay.
I haven't hit myself yet.
No, it's pretty good.
If you really wanna screw
Sync.
yourself up, just fly right around your own head. Okay, so I'm gonna land.
Can you see down?
No,
You're right on the corner. You
well, I
need to
can
go-
tell where I'm gonna
Okay.
land. I'm just, okay, so now I'm down. Bouncy. Okay, so this time I'm gonna have you guys watch
Okay.
on this apparatus so you can see what I was seeing. It's very cool. I don't know if you need help or you got it.
I can do. I'm just going to stand here carefully.
So I'm gonna press M3. Okay, now I'm gonna take off. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't it cool? You see, you can see like
Yeah.
the feet per second and all that, which is really awesome. And of course, I'll film you filming it.
It's like super disconcerting when you're standing still and you're watching something
Yeah,
that's
I
moving.
know. You always tend to look
Ah.
down. I mean, you can tell from filming me.
Yeah.
But it's really neat. I mean, it's fun, and it definitely has good controllability.
And you can see pretty good on the camera, and this isn't like blocking out the light because I'm just holding my phone, you know,
Right.
up against the screen, sort of.
Let's go through the reads. Oh yeah. Oh, that was sweet. Let's go up here and show the people the Dusty Fan. The Dusty Fan. Death befall us.
Oh, I wonder if the 3.5 volts over there is your battery on your drone. See, there's a battery indicator up there in the upper right, and then it says 3.5 there. It's so weird.
Isn't it cool though?
Yeah.
Neat. Oh, I hit something and it died on purpose.
Engine stop.
Okay, so as you can see, we'll film right here. Pretty neat. Okay, so keep filming.
That's pretty cool.
There it is. Wow, that motor is hot though. Holy cow.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little toasty.
Well.
Okay, so getting back to the point, there's also channels that you can press right here to go up and down. And then there's a record.
Okay,
so
that's
you
what
can
that says.
record on board. I believe you would have to probably have a little bit of memory in there somehow. And it looks like that is going to be where you put your micro SD card.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty cool. So we'll just leave that on there for now. And then of course the antenna can be moved up and down. This is going to be really fun. What is the reason that I like this? Because I spent 0 seconds setting it up.
Yeah.
I literally opened it and basically started using it. That's pretty awesome. Okay, camera crew's turn to do FPV. And
Oh,
look
are
like a
you
weirdo.
even kidding me?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Put it on your head. Okay, so when you do it,
You realize I'm going to crash, right?
it's okay.
Okay.
It's all part of the fun.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. We got it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do whatever that was. Okay, so hold that.
How do I even initiate it?
You just press the M3. This one. Right there.
That one?
This one. Go over further. There it is.
I can't
Good
see
job.
it. There's no button there.
Hilarious. Okay, good. Just take off. Go up, just like always. It should be easier for you because you're used to like normal things. Up, 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 up. Up,
I'm
up,
going up.
Okay, now just fly straight right now. Just gonna run into yourself. Okay, all right, but you see it's cool. Like it gives you a feel for what you're doing and what you're seeing. Now you can turn too with your yaw. You don't have to turn your body, but you can if you want. Okay, trying to give you guys, you can always tell the quality of the video goes downhill quick when camera crew is
And
not
so is the
filming.
flying. This says 3.4 volts down here.
Uh-oh.
Like the battery is going to be low.
Self-destruct mode then. Okay, once you fly, turn with the yaw. Use your collective or your throttle the other way, the other way, the other way.
I'm going to hit myself.
The other way, the other way. Here, this one.
No, you do it.
Oh, you want me to fly
Yes.
it for you? Oh my goodness. So how am I supposed to fly
I don't
and
know.
film at the same time? You're gonna love this.
Here, I'll trade.
Okay, take it off. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to hit myself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
obviously the camera crew is not as well versed
No.
in the controllability of the drones.
Our kid was supposed to do that, not me.
Uh-oh, flashing lights. Now
Oh.
I'm guessing this one's not going to give us much warning because the truth is it's been very good.
Yeah.
And I got to say it's
And
extremely
that
smooth.
wasn't even a full battery either.
No, it wasn't full for sure. 950 milliamp hours doesn't seem like a lot, but it's definitely going to get you enough to get the job done. Just don't fly over your micro Draco because it might tip off the stand. We've had problems with that before. Okay, so let's just go right to the recharge station and let's just, I want them to see how long it gives warning for, okay? So we'll just take one for the team if it would die.
There it goes,
there it goes.
fast
Oh boy. I am gonna just stop it from bouncing because I can. Just let it go. Kids, this is how drones are made. Oh, that was the best ending ever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's obviously worn out now after all that shenanigans. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this right here, pull it out, and I'm gonna show you how hard it is to charge this thing now. Watch this. Wow, that was really hard. Okay, and you can tell it's charging because there's a little red light on there. See, the red light gets less bright. Or if you unplug it, plug it back in, you can see it's charging.
Okay.
Pretty awesome. Okay, so quick thoughts. First of all, I would like to see rechargeable batteries in this. Now that's off. Obviously the camera is off and you'll be able to tell because you can tell this is on because there is a blue light on, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And obviously you've got
Nothing.
Channel 11 PBS. All right, so I'm shutting this off right now. Press and hold, the light goes off here and the screen goes off here. Very cool. Now, is there an output on this to any sort of periphery filming device? No, but you can put it onto an SD card, okay? So pretty neat stuff, pretty simple, pretty basic use. But you know what? I'll take basic works over complex, overly complicated, and difficult to use every day.
Especially when it's geared towards kids.
Yep.
And you're trying to get them, out of the chair and into the air. Kids don't have the tolerance for reading lots of instructions, figuring things out. I mean, kind of like you. Same difference.
So at the end of the day, is this thing worth what they say it's worth? I guess you have to make that decision. And if you want to see what it costs, check out the links in the video description below. And that is always true. If you need to find a manual or something like that, don't follow the QR codes from these things. Just go to brianphillipsrc.com, find the product, and get the information when you follow the link like you were going to buy. And that's true for just about all the stuff we do. We say that a lot here, follow the links. It's not just to buy. If you got this F7F from FMS, or you got that J3 Cub from Hangar 9, or you got that Catalina from Hobby King, or the Scrappy, or the T28, or whatever happens to be one of these Flywing helicopters, these Yuzhangs, it doesn't really matter what it is. You don't have to remember what stupid Chinese brand it is, because I guarantee you, you probably didn't remember anyway. We don't remember, and we do this, okay? Because this one, is that Yuzhang?
No,
or
that's Gooski.
Wolf Tech, it's Goose Guy. Goose Guy? Gooski.
Whatever.
It is. Is it Bearcat? Wolfbush?
Wolfbush.
What's the other one?
Wolfbush is the
Wolfbush is my favorite
newest.
new name.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys, Chinese names are ridiculous. Okay, so is it gonna do what it needs to do? I think it will. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a blast for the kids. In fact, we're gonna probably recharge and have an intro quick with the kids watching. I don't know. This one might be a little harder to film. But flying FPV is a different experience. It is not the same process. People that don't know how to fly radio control think it's gonna be easier to be sitting in the seat because the controls are gonna stay the same. You don't have to worry about them turning around, right? but you do have to worry about hitting yourself in the head, okay?
Yeah.
But just remember, you have a live feed of where you are. You know where you are to a certain extent. You just don't know what's under you and around you. So head tracking, of course, will allow you to look, and then a gimbal would match your head position to a certain extent. So a lot of people like to do that stuff. It's fun, but then you have a beautiful plane that you have to tear off the canopy because these canopies are usually not clear enough to actually see through. Like that BL105 would be a good example of a canopy. It might be okay to see through. That EC135 might be an example of a canopy you could see through. That little 412 that's next to it has tinted glass. This Cessna 182, you might be able to do that. That T28 over there, you might be able to do that, but just keep in mind, FPV calls for clear glass. A lot of times you find yourself cutting plastic out so that you can see through nothing. Okay, but a windscreen is nice when you do actually fly fast. Remember, airplanes go quick. This is going relatively slow. Also, they don't market this as an outdoor drone because it's very light, it's very simple, and it's very easy to use. And that it does well. Okay, now there's a lot of accessory stuff that comes with it. I think it's mostly fluff. If you're an adult person that's buying this for yourself, you're probably not going to care about any of that crap. I don't, but my kids might. Okay, the kids think it's fun, so they get what they get when it's a gift. Okay, and that's part of the reason why we do these things on Brian Phillips RC, because not everybody has a $10,000 a month RC budget. Okay, we don't either, but we seem to exceed that some months. So at the end of the day, here on Brian Phillips RC, we want to help you succeed in RC by giving you the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And that means showing the stuff that isn't great and the stuff that is great. And you get to decide. Because at the end of the day, it's really up to you if that is even up your alley. If it is, we hope we answered all the questions you had. Of course, you can change channels. So if you were to get 2 of these, you would be able to change channels. Now, I'm not 100% sure exactly how we would change the channels on the transmitter. I hope that they are automatically going to be picking different channels, but I am not 100% sure how that works. Obviously, these cameras are accessible. You can undo these screws and pull them out. There may actually be buttons on there, but one way or another, for now, I'm going to go with, let's hope the manufacturer deals with it. Now, there is a whole book that comes with each of these items. So keep in mind, up to and including a book that has like a little fictional fairy tale. Okay, so this is a goggle book. This is the actual plane or the
And then the controller we blew on the floor.
Oh, we blew it on the floor. I was gonna say, I knew we had another one.
Yep, they're all here.
So they're all here, and I think this one here is going to tell you a little bit about the camera. This one's evidently age 8+, but their get around is that this one's 14+. Okay, don't fly at airports. Okay.
Or around the
Don't
pyramids.
fly around intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's always a bad idea, okay? FPV function.
See, there has the binding directions in here.
That's right.
So
Hold down the
either one.
function key L1 and long. Okay, so this is the
That's what we
binding
did.
instructions,
Yep.
like what we did. But then in terms of actual controls, to add item, okay. So
They do have an app. I don't
they
know
have an
what all the app
app,
does.
so it says you can configure your aircraft via Bluetooth, okay? So my experience has been configuring aircraft on Bluetooth is usually a complete
There's your speed, though.
up and
If
down
you want to
speed.
do this, change it.
Yep, so if you want to go faster. Okay, all right, pretty cool. And it talks about different instructions. And it's just kind of like a checklist for you before you fly. So like you can just skip past that. And here's the thing I can tell you is with quads, you will learn some of the basic principled controls, okay? Because when we fly on a mode 2, which is what we fly on, if you want to get to being flying big planes and things like this, quads are not the worst place to be, but they also aren't always great because they're so easy. But even with a more complex remote control system like this NX10, I've got hundreds of aircraft in here. This is where our throttle is. This is our yaw control. This is our pitch forward, pitch back, or excuse me, this would be like pull up the plane or pitch the helicopter forward. This would be roll right or roll left, regardless of helicopter or aircraft. This is yaw, regardless of aircraft type. And then this is throttle, collective, or both, depending on if you're flying an airplane where it spins these motors faster going up, or it spins that motor faster and also collectively changes the pitch of all the blades together so you go up. Or you go forward, depending on if you're pitched forward, it'll pull you forward. That's very similar to the way the controls are laid out on this thing. So muscle memory is something that you'll be achieving as you play with these devices. Now also keep in mind that kids, that play a lot of video games usually have a really good experience with this type of thing. And so if they outpace you by like 1,000,000 times, don't be surprised. They will learn really quick because they're used to playing video games and things like that if they do play video games. That being said, in video games, you can hit reset and everything goes back to good. With this, when you hit reset, it's like write another check for $1,000.
Yeah.
Buy another charger, or not another charger necessarily, but you'd be buying a new battery, new plane, maybe some new motors or wings or whatever, retracts break off. So for adults like me, I enjoy the reality of the experience. And if you're anything like me, you'll still enjoy even these kids, you know, geared items. They're still fun to play with. And also sometimes the kids geared items are some of the most refined and easy to work with. Other times they're not.
Yeah.
And we have found that to be true on a lot of different kids' toys because then they just fly really bad. And you're like, I don't want to give my kid a bad experience and then just like lead them into quitting very quick. And that's one of the big things we try to do on this channel is prevent one and dones, which is where you buy an F7F instead of buying a Cessna 182 and you fail miserably, you blow $1,000 and then your wife never lets you do it again. You don't want to do it again because it was a terrible, miserable failure. A lot of you that we're speaking to right now did that 10 years ago and you're like, I want to give it another go. Okay, listen to our advice, please. We give good advice. We don't care if you buy an F7F and crash it and you're done and gone. We don't want you to do that. You know, of course, we'll make a few bucks on commission if you buy this particular plane. That's an awesome plane. We have links to that. But watch the video, watch the unbox, spend 4 or 5 hours going through the entire thing. That seems like a waste of time until you realize, you know what, I just saved $1,000. If you're making $250 an hour, which some people do, then that's a pretty good rate of income, by the way. Then we just saved you $1,000. Come back, learn what you need to learn, figure out another plane that might work better, okay? If it's a helicopter you wanna get, you could spend less than $100 on this, or you could spend like $700 on that, or you could spend like $1,000 on that. Mm-hmm. All of them are really good experiences. Guess what? If you don't know how to fly helicopters, you can buy that one. That's a 4-blade. It just have 2 of them stored. But you're probably not gonna get this one, okay? Those over there, same thing, $1,000 each. You could take those off, fly them, and have almost no experience. But guess what? If you know how to fly this and handle this, I guarantee your experience is gonna be better with those helis, okay? And it's cheaper to get in there. You know, the lowest threshold for entry is what we like to push for beginners. Could you start with the T-28 if you flew 10 years ago or 20 years ago? Or you're just getting back in your mid-60s, you retired your job, you finally got time, you got property to fly from? Yeah, you could come back to that without much trouble at all, provided you have the right landing strip, okay? These are the types of things that we're gonna help you through on Brian Phillips RC. So we hope we answered all your questions and probably a little bit more than you expected, because that's what we do. We try to over-deliver and under-promise. Because at the end of the day, we want to get you guys flying just like we are, okay? Pretty cool product. I think you'll like it. Check it out. Links in the video description below. And by the way, if you're looking for replacement products or additional products, you don't have to buy this all together. I believe you can get each of these parts individually. So when you follow the link, it will take you to the stuff that we have here, and then there'll be other options. Most of our affiliates allow you to, you know, if you go to something different, you still give us commissions, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
So we appreciate that. And that is, after all, how we fund this rather large RC experience. If you didn't know this, we have a runway out here that's called a driveway for most people, but we also have another one over here that's gonna be like 700 feet long, 12 feet wide. That's gonna be a little expensive to pave. And then we're building a small little dinky building over here that's gonna have all sorts of cool functions. We call it the dam gift shop because it's next to the dam. We also built a pond so we can fly things like the Catalina behind us or the Carbon Z Cub, and we fly airplanes off of the pond. We have 24 acres here. We're building an aerodrome. It's pretty awesome, okay? We also farm this, and we do that in good faith for a profit incentive in case the county's watching, okay? That's why you see alfalfa over there and grass hay over here. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll do our very best to answer them, but the biggest answer we want to give you is whether or not you like this product. And if you do, check out the links. Other ways to support us: Patreon for monthly support, YouTube members if you want to be a member of YouTube channel here on Brian Phillips RC, as well as YouTube Super Thanks for one-time donations or PayPal. Any of those are always much appreciated, but the easiest way to support Brian Phillips RC is watch videos, smash the like button, click the bell for notifications when you do subscribe so you're aware of stuff that's right around the corner. We have boxes stacked ready to go. And we have about 5 or 6 new ones coming at any given time. So there's always something right around the corner on Brian Phillips RC to help meet your RC addiction, fantasy, sorry, whatever one it is. We're here for you. And we want to see you back. So come back for more, and thanks for watching.
Okay.
All right, so we decided we would go ahead and get the app. And yes, I am flying it with all the latency involved with Bluetooth from the transmitter here. And my son is watching, As you can see, this transmitter pack is turned, or the transmitter's off. So even without the transmitter, we're able to fly it from just Bluetooth, which is pretty cool, but we did have trouble trying to bind it to an older Bluetooth device. Now this should still work, with the other devices. And so you can change your modes here too, because this is mode 2. And up at the top, you can see it says mode 1. Okay. So one other thing too that's pretty cool about this is that if I want, I'm gonna go ahead and land this. It's definitely a lot slower. There's a lot of latency on Bluetooth. So if you guys are trying to fly this and you wonder how people do it, so there's engine stop. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, confirm. Okay, so then we can see that there's different channels for the video and you can change those. But in order to actually do the tuning, you have to register the device, and for general settings, you have to register the device. So when you're connected via Bluetooth, you're actually gonna have a blue flashing light like this, which is different than what you're gonna have when you're connected with your transmitter, okay? So just keep in mind,
there's like a little gnat in here.
So as you can see, our son is hooked up to it. So one thing about it is I'm gonna go ahead and come out of this. I'll just hit disconnect. Okay, so you hit disconnecting. Now we did have to make an account for this, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you can do add item, and then this will actually act as an input device on Bluetooth. So I think I can pull this down and I can go to Bluetooth, and then I can scroll, and you can see, in my case, it's called Firefly 73FF46, which is some matrix of the actual MAC address of this device.
Yeah.
And so you have to have the app to connect, but then with this on, okay, now that that's on, you'll actually see it will populate on the screen as well as another device. So from the app, you can actually pull this up and you can add an item. Now the items are added by using the QR code
cards,
on those cards. So if you want to just bring those over to me, I'll show you. We've been playing with this off camera because a lot of times it's a little frustrating to work through these things. It's like this TX50 is right here. So this TX50 here. So if I want to add an item, then I would just go to devices, add item, and then I would hit OK, and then I just scan. Okay, if it'll let me. Here it is. So you can see, I'm gonna scan it. This item has already been registered. Okay, so then the Firefly, that's this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna try to register it. Okay, so it's let's go. So it's registered. Now I can search for it. It's already connected. It's gonna bring up Bluetooth stuff. Hey, look, it's your Yarbo. So once it finds it, then you can connect to it, and you can notice that this has got one green flashing light and nothing over here. So it's actually not finding it right now. So I'm gonna cancel, I'm gonna search again and see if it picks up on it, okay? So it comes up with a Quest 3, which is some other bike, I think, and then an e-bike. So I'm gonna cancel. If you can't find it there, my suggestion is go to your Bluetooth, highlight, and we're using an Android, an old Android. And when you pull this up, you should see it somewhere on the list, and you can see it's not on there right now.
I wonder if our battery is getting low, because now we don't have the blue flashing lights like we had before.
So we're gonna swap batteries.
Say that one's
we're just gonna unplug this, pull it out. And by the way, if you can't get a hold of it, just press down here and pull back. Sometimes when you press here, it doesn't like pulling out. So we do have 2 batteries. We have a second drone like this. So that one can be charged. So I'm gonna lay that down, and then I'm gonna put back into scan on my Bluetooth on the phone, and then it shows up as a Firefly attachment now. So I'm gonna go back to the app. So from the app, I'll choose mini drone and I'll hit search again. And then
There,
Firefly's right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect to Firefly and it shows this diagram. Okay, so now it allows me to register now. Okay, so I registered now, whatever that means. So that means we should be able to, camera crew can come around. And we did try pressing the bind button and stuff, but we couldn't get it to go to one of our other devices. So you can change the channel here, and then if you have another friend flying, you can change the channels here, up or down. So Caleb, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see right now, like you can see yourself. Okay, so if I go to channel 2, can you see now?
Yeah.
You can see, but then when I save, can you see now?
No.
Okay, so now I have to go to channel 2. Do you see it now?
Yeah.
So we just changed to channel 2, okay? So now if I go to tuning, this is how you can change the up and down speed. So I can go not enough PP, so you have to have a bigger PP. Horizontal speed, I'm gonna go not enough PP. So I'm gonna slow down the up and down and I'm gonna go here. And then the acceleration, you can slow down, not enough PP. Yaw speed, not enough PP. Okay, so evidently you have to have a bigger PP to make this work. So with this on, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. So I can fly it even from the transmitter.
Can you see it, bud?
So I think I changed my pitch authority a little bit.
But if you want to fine tune it, you're going to have to do that from the app.
Well, and the other thing too is you can see it's quite a bit faster now than what it was before. So if you want to get a bigger PP, all you have to do is practice more. So I'm going to land. I kind of like to just bring it close and hit M3. But then as you go through this, what's going to happen is it's going to allow you to take, I'm going to take one of the horizontal speeds and I'm going to go to, why don't we do the yaw speed faster? Not enough PP. Okay, so we'll take off again. Press up. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to try to get you to buy a bunch of crap so that you can have more PP, have a bigger PP.
You can do different like missions and stuff maybe, so maybe you can earn PP points.
The thing that's nice about this is if you ever get into trouble, it's going to automatically stop itself, which is kind of nice. Now, I don't know if that takes away your PPs or not, but when you're done, you can go to general, mini drone
So
names, you can
you
change the LED colors. So as you can see, change the colors to green or to yellow or to blue, but you have to hit save to acknowledge the change. So like if I want it to be orange or pink, we can set that.
So if you're,
and then there's also a trim here, okay? So this is how you can trim, and then sport mode. It's off, normal, or classic. Okay, so it's got strong or weak collision protection, and this is where you can change your stick mode, okay? So it looks like there's also a storage discharge off, and then it shows a MAC address, and you can check for software or firmware updates rather, okay? So pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take off right now.
we don't let him fly it with the goggles.
Yeah, okay, so you ready, bud? I'm gonna have you fly this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There you go.
All right, so he's flying, and so of course he's looking in the screen, and make sure you don't run into anything, please.
Mostly me.
Or me. But with our son, this is probably his first or second time playing with FPV, so it's a new thing.
He has little cars that we have that have similar FPV goggles that he drives, but he doesn't fly much in FPV.
Is it hard?
No.
He says no. So, it's pretty cool though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be able to see the head-up display and all the different things.
I feel like it's easier with FPV.
Yeah, he thinks it's easier. So the other thing that's interesting about this is you can actually use your phone or your smart device if it finds it and connects. So if you have an older version of Android, you might have problems because this is a Galaxy S9, so it's pretty old. It doesn't even run Android 15. I think it runs like Android 12 or 10 or something like that.
But we could not get it to connect on my old S7, which is what we use for a lot of like the kids.
We use it to film time lapses of large construction projects and things like that. But I'm running a Galaxy 20 Ultra, and she's running a 23 Ultra.
Yep.
So the newer Android operating system is going to impact whether or not you can actually connect on Bluetooth. So part of the reason we don't show features like this is because we can't control if they work or not.
Right.
But that's going to be true for anybody who gets this, and that's why we filmed this clip. Additionally, I can just tell you this, you have to download the application from the Play Store. You have to make an account. I don't like either of those things. I don't mind downloading from the Play Store, but I don't like being forced to have an account, and I definitely don't like them challenging how big my PP is. It's very awkward. I'm going to change the color while he's flying to yellow. Did it change? Yes, it did. Okay, so I'm going to change it to green, dark green. Did it?
Yep.
Pretty cool. And then the sport mode, there's normal, there's classic. I don't know what that's going to do, so I kind of don't want to do it while he's flying, but those are modes you can change quickly. Just make sure that you click save each time. Also, the stick mode, mode 1 is different, mode 3 is different. You can look up, just if you want to know what those modes are, like I was explaining in the video previously, we have collective up and down or throttle up and down, brings you up or down. Yaw is on that same stick on your left stick, and then you do your pitch and roll control from your right stick.
Yep.
If you want to go to mode 1, it's going to be flip-flop, and mode 3 is even weirder. I'm not sure exactly what it is. You'd have to look it up. But there are many modes. There's like 6 modes that I know of. Most people in North America are going to go to mode 2 by default.
Yeah.
Over in Europe, a lot of them fly. In Asia, they fly in mode 1. Okay. So
he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good, and it's pretty cool. And by the way, it is nice that we have interchangeable batteries between this device and the other device. Now, the other thing is, on our other application or our other drone that we have from Hisingy, we didn't ever connect on Bluetooth. I don't even know if it connects on Bluetooth.
I don't know.
But we do have a card to scan, so we can have it in the inventory of devices that are attached to our account.
Yeah.
And that might make my PP bigger.
Well, and so the other one that we got is the Mach 500. So if you start your kid out on that and then they want to move up to the FPV, your batteries will be interchangeable. Like you can move your batteries, keep that from the next one.
And that charger is super nice.
Plug that one in.
So the camera crew is going to show you plugging that in again. And this is just all to help you understand that when you get this device, you're going to have hours of family fun setting up all the applications. Now, admittedly, it's not really that hard to change, and we had a pretty good time doing it. It wasn't too bad. We spent about 20 minutes screwing with our old phone, and it just didn't work. So that was frustrating, but hopefully you won't have that same exact experience. That being said, there's also the AX 300. I'm going to scan that right now.
Goggles. Yep.
And I think what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to then also have some sort of I'm gonna see if I can go back. How do I go back?
I think you just have to go to disconnect from that from the app.
Yep. So then if I hit back, I basically want to figure out server response error. Okay, so I'm gonna add an item. I'm gonna add the AX300. The item's already registered. Okay, so it already knows that it exists. So because it exists, I'm hoping
I'll go to
install mini Wi-Fi router on the goggles.
And he's using the goggles, so maybe it won't.
So we'd have to set up Wi-Fi. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can do that real quick. Okay, so you have to install a Wi-Fi DVR module to the goggles. And what that's gonna look like is it's gonna be, look like a micro SD card that slides in and that acts as a Wi-Fi interconnection device. So then you'll use Wi-Fi to actually be able to use this and that together as opposed to writing to a card when you record. And on that system, there is a way to start recording and stop recording and that sort of thing. So you would then start it and you could use this device. Oh, okay. So there's lots of different features that you can purchase, and it's really, it's up to you how deep you want to go down this rabbit trail.
Right.
But I can tell you this, it's neat. They've done a good job of making this stuff all actually integrate. We've had a lot of apps over the years for different drones and quads, and Usually they sort of kind of maybe work. Oh, we
You're
run a slow
flashing,
flash.
you're flashing,
So
bud,
why don't
for
you
your
come over there and
battery.
land, bud. Okay. So we've noticed the biggest complaint we have about the flight characteristics on this. Go ahead and pull those off, bud. Oh, by the way, huge amount of adjustment here.
Yes.
This is how it came out of the box. Very quick, very easy. And you can make this so that it is very small.
Yeah.
Okay. Very small. And there is a quick release Velcro if you'd have a problem, but look how tight that would be. I mean, I could like put it on my arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a huge range of different head sizes that this will work with, and it works pretty good. And so just so you know, the actual screen is on the top and it points into a 45-degree camera. So that I'm assuming just because of the way they designed it.
And there's directions on there if you're nearsighted and you can't see the screen. There's something in the app about how to adjust it so that if you're nearsighted, you can see better.
Yeah, and there's a forward and a backward here, and that will scan forward and scan back, and there's record and settings. So as you press the settings, you can play with it. Now, this also shows you your battery.
It does down there.
So you can tell what the battery is.
Yep.
And keep in mind that battery is down here, so it is a rechargeable battery. You don't have to replace that every time. It's a big battery. It's going to give you a lot of run time. That'd be 18,650, which stands for 18 millimeters by 65 millimeters, and it's a lithium-ion battery. Okay, I don't know how many milliamp hours it is. It would say right here, actually.
On the battery itself.
The battery shows that it is a 2,000 milliamp hour battery. Okay, so that's a pretty good amount of time. Granted, that is a low voltage, so you know you use it up pretty quick. Really exciting, very cool product. Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's fun. You've got red cheeks now
Yeah.
because it's pressing against your cheeks. Also, I'm gonna just say this right now. I do not like having to earn points. That's stupid. It's bought. It's paid for. I want to make full use of an item immediately. I'm an adult. He's a kid. I get the training mode. I want to shut it off. So big negative points for us on that.
And maybe we're doing something wrong.
No, we're
but
not.
that's what I'm assuming.
They're trying
it
to sell
is.
more stuff. So if you guys want to sell stuff and you want to hide behind that, don't do it on our channel. We will not support that ever. I don't care if it's a $1,000 helicopter or a $50 quad. If we paid for it, I want full access to every technology that's on there. Don't try to sell me something when I buy something. But beyond that, I actually really like the product. So we had a few complaints. They're small complaints. Obviously, our kids enjoyed it, which is pretty cool. And runtime is maybe a little bit less than I would like to see. These things do run. It seems like we're getting about 10 minutes or so of flight time. That's not terrible, but I do like the idea that we have now 2 of these batteries. Also, fairly seamless integration. When I say fairly seamless, I mean it is fairly seamless. There's still some work, and if you had a more up-to-date device, you'd run into less headaches. So just keep in mind, if you're using your old phone, there's a good chance you're going to run into problems. We have a lot of old phones that aren't the ones we're using now. The ones that we're using now would surely support all this stuff, okay? Questions, comments, leave it down below. He looks pretty excited to have to give up his toy. So we're gonna go ahead and charge this one as well simultaneously. In fact, you're over here, you can charge this one. So we can charge both at the same time, which is really nice. Hisingy, I would say pretty good, pretty impressed. Don't like having to use an app to make setting changes. Definitely do not like having to upgrade. But I think for a kid that's learning, it might be nice to be able to slowly step them up. But again, I'm the parent, I'm the authority in this situation. I want to turn it all the way up when I'm playing with it. So might be able to go to normal mode. Hisingy, if you have some feedback for us, let us know. You obviously reached out to us to review this product. If you let us know and we get a good answer, then we will report that back to our audience. But for now, don't do that anymore if you're asking my opinion. Camera crew, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. When you pay for it, I want to be able to use the features. I get maybe letting the kids work through like fun things, but
yeah, I won't full speed.
be able to adjust.
That'd be like in that Chevy Silverado we had, this little Silverado that used to park under here. The kids still play with it and they love it to this day, by the way. They absolutely love it. And it's got a stupid radio on it. They always turn the radio on. It's really fun. It'd be like if they didn't let us go to different speeds without upgrading our PP first. No soup for you. We are always going to tear people apart when they make us do that crap. So that being said, otherwise I would say You know, if it weren't for that, I would say 2 thumbs up. But now, because of that, you get 1 thumb up. I'm taking a whole thumb for that. But my son doesn't seem to care. He just wants to fly it again. So I'm assuming that your kids will think the same when they get a product like this. If you want to support Brand Phillips RC, get it from the links below. We're always tell the full truth, nothing but the truth. So help us God here on Brand Phillips RC. Hopefully we answered all your questions, but if not, leave them in the comments below and we will respond accordingly. Come back for more.